Hello, fellow people. So I am on the clock here, and I'm going to try to keep it as short as I can. I'm definitely going to have to warn you, might be fuming a little bit with this one because what you're looking at here is from Steven Crowder. You know how he sources and you can find all his information on his website or wherever you find it. So I just took a screenshot to see if I could find just this source of information because that's unbelievable to me. I mean, not that I don't believe it, but it's shocking. That's a better word. So I found it, it's right here. So that's where this information comes from. There were two that sourced the same information, but I'm just going with this one because it's identical. And this came out in April of 2025. And there it is, right? Okay. So I pulled this up just to give you a snapshot. Because the first thing that stood out to me is it's saying 1.5 million non-citizens collected 4.2 billion in food stamps, right? Well, when you add these two numbers together, that's like 3.6 plus, right? Because it says another 2.2 million children living with non-citizens were also on food stamps. So that's like 3.6 who in 2022 is where this comes from, the fiscal year, a whole year. Whew, Lord, 4.2 billion. That's crazy. But it's more than 1.5. If my math serves me right, that's more than 1.5 million non-citizens, illegals. That's what they're called. And this is interesting. Go to the website, okay? I can't link anything, but this is the website. But this was interesting as I scrolled down. It gives you a little snapshot. The deep purple. Ooh, Lord, where the deep purple falls, that's where the chaos is most. Here's a little breakout of the states where they have, these are the numbers from 2022. Just keep that in mind because it is definitely more than 10 million. It's more like 21, 22 million that got in here. But this I thought was interesting because Delaware, 0. What? Mississippi, 0? I do find that hard to believe. But the numbers are insane. And when I saw some video where I think it was an ex Congress member was telling the reporter that the U.S. has already been in like a standard or an agreement to allow annually 1 million. Well, she said 1 million. I looked at something that said about 680,000 or something like that. But up to 1 million. Up to 1 million a year? That's crazy to me. So remember, they keep telling us that we're overpopulated, but they're doing this. That makes no sense. Just a foot fucking note, right? But this is crazy. I do like this. It looks like there's not much going on in, where is that? Montana. That actually does sound kind of reasonable to me. But it's interesting. Wyoming, that also sounds kind of plausible. But that's crazy how many people so far, and I think they're not accurate with the numbers. And so it got me in a fuming, of course. And I came across this with this whole food stamp shutdown and all these people acting a fool. Black folks, black women, black single fucking mothers. Don't get me started on that. Do watch the clip at the end. It's going to tell you the history of women. That's why I am anti-women and for men. But anyway, I looked at this. And this is outrageous. I mean, even black folks is 24.9% compared to Afghans in this country, 45.6%. And then Afghans, do y'all know the places and regions that y'all are allowing to come in here? You absolutely know nothing about the world. Next in line, right number 2, Somalians. Oy vey. And so I saw this. Of course, it got me thinking about Dearborn, Michigan and stinking Minneapolis. Who, Lord, I know Prince is kicking up his heels right now. He ain't happy about this. I know he ain't happy about this. But you see what it says there. Somali community experiencing a poverty rate of 58% with 40% of that group unemployed or not in the workforce. And so I just decided to pull this up because this is representative right now of what is happening in the UK. The UK did it before the US. Italy did it before the US. Fucking Paris. My heart breaks for that place. We got a chance to see Paris and beautiful in all its glory. I cannot believe what I am seeing on the streets of Paris. In some of those shots, we were at some of those locations. It's shocking. I'm speechless when I think about it. But I pulled this up for a reason, because this is the numbers that they're reporting in the UK about Somalians who are taking over Michigan and Minnesota. And we should all be alarmed. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. But let me just get this out for the people who are listening and not able to read. A study has found unemployment, including part-time work among Somalis, has remained high, in excess of 70% flipping percent. Data show high rates of economic inactivity and unemployment among Somalians, particularly Somali females. 84% of them. 84%. Now remember, these are Muslim, mostly Muslim people. By and large, they're Muslim. Single women, the grift on that is ridiculous. But let me carry on, because this is what I say. You don't remember nothing. Y'all remember Somalians? You remember those high seas piratings that were going on? Guess who did them, for fuck's sake? Guess who did them? This goes all the way back to 2009, I think. It was becoming mainstream. It was actually happening before this. This AI overview, I'm telling you, if you ask it another way, it'll give you the truth. But I just want to pull this up because it's the quickest way. But yeah, 1990s. Yeah, these guys are pirates. 322 days of mercy, at the mercy of Somali pirates. Nobody remembers shit. 2009. Yeah, they started pirating your seas. When I say they are just survivalists, they don't have education. They're not going to bring anything to this country. And Michigan and Minneapolis is proof. They don't make the money. They don't make the money. They don't make the motherfucking money. We give it to them. All right? Y'all remember this one? And blow this up. And before I do this, you know what? Let me blow this up, because I think it's going to do exactly what I think it will, which is show this shit here. See this black screen? See this black screen? I cannot tell you how disturbing it is that we have come to a place where a full screen is no longer necessary. This is evidence. You had, at this bodega in the Bronx or wherever they were, you had one job to do, little old gal, on your expensive ass cell phone, is get a good clear picture with the fucking numbers on here, because it's in a cash balance, and then that is a decimal. I can see the 85, I can see the 82, I can see that there's 4 digits. There's a lot of money on that balance, right? You had one fucking job to do, and you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. But I do think I have a picture of it where it's a little bit better. I think it's right here. Let's see if it opens up. Oh, well, that's a little better, but that's 4,000 and some change, and that's like so one of these images, let me close this up, damn it. One of these images actually shows what the amount is. Did I close it? Son of a gun. It actually showed me 11,000. No, it's 13,400, and this is 4,895.85 cents. This is what they're getting with our money, right? And if you don't believe me, where did it go? Oh, I hope I didn't close it. If you don't believe me, oh my gosh, did I close it? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Here it is. Whew. I was about to be pissed. So I found this on CIS.org. And so this breaks it out. The only thing it's missing, I probably should have pulled up the website itself, but I did have it up, but you can find it. You can go there yourself. But in the blue, like it says, U.S.-born Americans. Even as a whole, on any welfare, we are at 39% of the money that we put in, and the ones that are really in hard times who need the help, 39%. That is a crazy number to me. but it's not nearly as high as the pink. Non-citizens, you mean illegals, 59% of all welfare. That goes for cash. This says the ones that are actually legal immigrants, the ones who went through the process and are legal immigrants. That's the green. They run neck and neck on the cash. Americans are only 16% getting cash. Wow. Food, 42% of illegals, okay? Medicaid, 42% of illegals. Have you ever been to the ER recently in your neck of the woods? It is a fucking zoo. And then the housing, I'm shocked that that's lower than the rest. Good to see that there's an even distribution of that at least, you know. But look at that. We're giving all of our money to illegals. Oh my gosh. You guys are fighting for the worst that any nation has to offer. They're so bad. They're so bad that other nations don't even want them around. They're banned in several countries. We had to put together a list of, 30 of them that we're just not going to. Yemen is on that list. You know what I'm saying. We know where they are. Remember George Bush? They hate us for our freedoms. These people don't like us. And they don't assimilate because in the report that I saw about Minneapolis, they got a whole block that's just dedicated to them. They have a currency exchange and they send our money back to their shit places where they're supposedly coming from because it's turned their backs on them as citizens and they're seeking asylum as Teeth or Ocasio-Cortez would say, Teeth McGee. Y'all gotta see that girl and her teeth when she was young. I know why she don't want to have no fucking kids. But that was petty. But I just wanted y'all to see this too before I get out of here. So I wanted to show you that our little pissant requirement of what it takes to get into this country. I love the stories that I hear. It took me 10 years. It took me 20 years. And it might just be. But those are extenuating circumstances because it says right here, 3 years if you're married, at least 5 years. It ain't no big deal because guess what? Other nations do the same fucking thing. I picked Amsterdam because that's a friendly place. Well, I don't know that everybody views it the same, but I know everybody in the world has heard of fucking Amsterdam. And look what it says here. Same thing. This is Amsterdam. For Dutch in Amsterdam, applying for naturalization. If you're married, same thing. Everybody's got the same rules, including this little part. You must attend and make a declaration of allegiance at the citizenship ceremony. In other words, they want you, just like every other nation, to pledge allegiance to them. This dual fucking citizenship, we got to cut that out. And if you do have dual citizenship, we can't figure out how to work that out. You can't even be in any public service for at least 20 years. You got to do 20 years. You know why I picked 20 years? Because that's how long it takes in Kuwait. Kuwait ain't fucking around. We lived there for almost a decade. We considered after we finished working there, instead of coming back to the U.S., we started there because we already lived there. We knew the place. Beautiful place, by the way. It is very strange, their zoning. You can have a slum next to a palace. It's wild. But it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And so we did. We checked into it. It takes 20 years for you to become a citizen there. I say we lock it down like that. Because these people don't fucking care about you. These people are sucking you dry. Where did it go? Look at this shit. Look at this fucking shit. You're illegal. You're not supposed to get anything. Except for a place. You need to have friends here like they did in the great days of the Ellis Island when the big trek happened for 62 fucking years. I think I ran over time, but you get my point. This shit, where is it? I want to leave it with this one. Where did it go? Where did it go? That right there. Go to that website, y'all. This fucking shutdown is telling you in black and white. It ain't no wiggle room. We're getting shafted every step of the way. Do something about it.